All right, so what do you got going on in your life? In this case here, he is about to hire the greatest executive assistant ever. But if he does that, at least his friends are saying, man, you got one foot out the door of your marriage if you do that. So what do you have going on in your life? Email us at thebertshow.com. Kristen has the email.
I need some real harsh advice because all my friends say I'm about to make a huge mistake. Backstory. I've been married for 9 years. Like any marriage, we've had our ups and downs. We've been through a rough patch lately, probably the last 6 months. I have a very important position to fill in my business. I need an executive assistant. I have interviewed almost a dozen men and women for the position. Haven't found anyone until last week. Someone I'm very excited about. Totally qualified, capable. She feels like the perfect candidate, and I was excited to hire her until my friends said absolutely not. Kara is a really attractive woman. Think taller Kim Kardashian with less surgery, naturally attractive. Judging by her social media, which I think I'm not supposed to do when considering a hire, I can't tell if she's in a relationship or not. Wouldn't matter because I would never cheat on my wife. All my friends say that because my marriage is in the state that it is, I shouldn't even consider it. Or are they being stupid? Gary.
It's a good one. 1-855-BERT Show. So if you are somebody that specifically hasn't hired somebody, man, based on aesthetics alone is what they're saying, right?
That's so unfair to Kara, especially when she's the most qualified candidate.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's talk in like truth, so we can put you on the voice disguiser. Did you ever not hire somebody because you thought that, hey, I'm not going to cheat, but I just don't, you know what, this is my boundary right here? Or have you ever run this person that you were about to hire by your wife or your husband, and they said, absolutely not? 1-855-BERT Show.
So I think I had a friend actually who was in a really similar situation, and I never thought about this. I didn't think this was something that women went through until she told me. But she got a job, but the guy who hired her hadn't seen her. Just hired her off of the phone conversations that they had in her resume. And then when he finally saw her, he kind of made a joke of, okay, wow, this is going to be an issue with me and my wife, because when he saw her, she was really attractive, and she didn't know exactly how to take it. But he did hire her, but his words were also true. It did kind of lead to some insecurities from his wife. So I can see why his friends would be saying, this might be a problem for you, but at the same time, you can't not hire her because she's attractive.
This is the guy that I want to be. Tiffany, go ahead, hire anybody you want, any executive assistant you want. It doesn't matter. I trust you 100%. He could be the best guy on earth. My girl is not going to cheat on me. That's the guy I want to be. However, if I got to be honest, you know how we were talking about that dude last week that I think is like the perfect aesthetic and emotional connection for Tiffany? They'd be perfect. He's so good looking that I would feel a certain way about it if they were working each and every day together. To be honest with you, I wouldn't be comfortable with it just because I wouldn't. I don't want to be that guy, but I am. Cassie.
I am so freaking sick of this conversation and of women getting hold back from opportunities because of insecure people in relationships.
Just for the record, the guy that I would have said no, that's a man. So it's not just a woman. It is a man based on aesthetics.
That's your hypothetical, though. Like, the thing is, this really affects women more than men, this conversation. And I'm not placing the blame solely on men. Like, it's insecure women in relationships that cause this as well. But here's the thing. I admire people who put up boundaries and guardrails for their marriages, but your boundaries don't get to affect my livelihood and my opportunities. If you are really in a relationship and you're that worried that hiring an attractive person will undo your marriage, you shouldn't be married to that person then. Because if you can't withstand working with a member of the opposite sex who's good looking, if your marriage can't withstand that, you have bigger problems and deeper issues, and you don't get to place that blame on somebody else outside the marriage.
Cassie just took us to church.
Yeah, ideally, I think you're right. But you're also taking a look at a country in which you got, 55% of these marriages don't last here. And I think if this is the boundary that you have to put up just to save your marriage, if you really if you're taking a look at yourself and you're saying this would really affect me, then I think you got to take a selfish look at it.
if half of them end, they shouldn't have started to begin with. You can't blame a third party for that. Like, half of marriages end because they should have never happened. And then people are unhappy and forcing themselves to stay in a situation where they don't want to be. And then lo and behold, one external factor brings the house of cards down. Well, that's because, bro, you're never supposed to be in that marriage anymore anyway. You didn't want to. You were just waiting for something else to make the decision for you.
Here's Brooke. Hold on one sec, Chris. Hey, Brooke, good morning. You're on the Bert Show.
Good morning. So I definitely think all of y'all are right. I don't think he should hire her, though. It sucks for her, but I don't think he should. If he's already checking out her social media, which he never should have done to find out if she's single, that's just like a red flag, and I don't think he should hire her just because he's already looking at that. And it's just it's going to be an issue no matter what.
The way I read that is, I don't know that he was going to her Instagram to see if she was single. I think that he was probably going to social media to see if there were any red flags there to hire her, and that was just one of his impressions. But I don't know. I can't assume that.
So what if we incorporate the wife into the selection process? So not upon seeing any pictures or anything, have 3 resumes, have hers and 2 others, and be like, going through these resumes, which one do you think is the better candidate? And obviously he has said she is the better candidate. Let the wife choose her, and then be like, or, put her 2 cents in that I think this is the right candidate. And he's like, you know what? I think so too. And then hire her. And you know what? It just happens that she's qualified and attractive.
That's not a bad idea.
Not bad at all.
That's not a bad idea. You're pretty smart. You're pretty smart from home.
Yeah, I know. I think I should do this work from home more often.
Kristen's not in today. For what reason, Kristen?
I got hand, foot, and mouth disease. Yay.
Just wanted to hear her say it, right?
All morning.
It sounds so bad, but it's really not that bad. Minus the sores that are starting to pop up on my hand.
Minus the sores. Everything's fine, you guys.
The Bert Show.
So, first, thanks for watching. Second, you like what you just watched? That just scratches the surface. Get the Bert Show on any podcast platform. We're so good.